Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome you all to another online video by English Masterclass. As promised, we have started our O-level English course. So today, I have with me my student Barisha Iftikhar Rasul, and I will be doing this course with my student. They will be accompanying me throughout the course. So today is our very first class, and the course we are doing is Cambridge O Level English, subject code 1123. So the course comprises two papers: paper one reading, paper two writing. For the timing, we'll be doing paper one, and once we're done with paper one, we'll be doing paper two. So the topic is introduction to reading. So, what is reading? Reading is a complex cognitive or mental process of decoding written symbols and letters in order to construct meaning and get information. So, we do a lot of reading in our everyday life, sometimes consciously, sometimes subconsciously. So, now Varisha will tell us about the benefits of reading in our day-to-day life. Farisha?
So, reading can have a lot of benefits. For example, first of all, reading builds critical thinking, it improves critical thinking overall. It also helps stimulate the imagination, building your imagination and the mind. It also builds your vocabulary and
Expand your vocabulary. You can
expands
learn
your.
so many words, new words every day. The more you read, the more words you will learn. So this is a great way to expand your vocabulary. So
And reading can also help you explore and learn more on a certain topic, how we do
yes,
uh, just now, how we do
one
like
of the prime
day to day.
purposes of reading is that actually we get so much information
Yes.
by reading. So when you read, you get tons of information, and we are now living in a world of information. We need information in our everyday life, and we do reading in order to get information. Yeah. Then
And reading can also build your patience. It can also help your mind be more engaged and overall build
confidence
yes,
also, yeah,
confidence.
because reading is a matter of patience. People takes hours to read their books, read their stuff. So reading helps you build your patience. And also I can add, reading helps you develop your language and communication skills, because the more you read, the more you will learn. So you can
Yes.
utilize those stuff in your conversation, in your everyday dealing with people. Is there anything else that you can add?
Um, Reading can also relax your mind and help relieve
Yeah,
stress
that is why
after there
reading
are a lot
is
of reading.
many people consider reading as their hobby, huh? And
Yes.
they do reading in their leisure time, in their free time. So now we are on page number 3. So we are using this book for the course I have mentioned earlier, and we are on page number 3, and we are doing very fast exercise of chapter 1. It's a very simple exercise. Actually, they just tell us to talk about different ways, or different ways we actually utilize our reading skills in our day-to-day life. Yeah, we do a lot of reading for our academic arena, but other than our academic life, in our personal day-to-day life, we do a lot of reading for different purposes, sometimes consciously, sometimes subconsciously. So that this exercise is about how we utilize reading exercise, sorry, reading skills in our day-to-day life. Number one, checking ingredients in food.
So when we're, for example, when we're cooking, we can, and on the ingredient package, there's a lot of instructions on how to the recipes, and this can
Yeah, first of
utilize our
all,
reading.
we can know about what ingredients are used for certain food or certain food package. And
Yes.
then even nowadays they give recipe, full recipe on the package, so we can read recipe and we can cook our food, we can make our delicious dishes. So it's very important in our modern life, because uh, for our modern life we buy so many things from our supermarket for making our dishes. So, number two, using social media sites.
Yes. When we use social media, we can find a lot of blogs and articles, which is crucial for our reading skills. And we can, when we're also, for example, checking a post, we also
Hmm.
use
We
our.
checking message also. We
Yes.
check message because nowadays we receive message from people all around the world. Understand? Not only from the people who just belong to our culture. Sometimes we get message from our pen friend living abroad. So they write in their own, their, I mean, English language. So we need to read in order to understand what they
Yes.
actually uh,
And
what they mean by their message. And we also read Facebook post and other different social media stuff. Okay, then ordering food online. How do you use reading skills in order to?
so when we're ordering food, often the menus are in English that require our reading skills, so we can pick out what we're trying to eat and what we want to order.
Yeah, if you go to restaurant, so you get the menu and the items of the foods are written,
In
and
English.
so you have to go through the items and you have to choose your items of choice and you can order. So it can be I mean applied for both physical restaurant or online restaurant when we order food online, yeah. uh,
Yes.
okay, so next one, receiving emails and text.
Yes. When we're communicating with, for example, family members who live overseas, um, reading is key for communication since they send a lot of messages through email and
Yeah,
we need to
we
read
not
out
only
things.
for I mean our, we don't only receive message from our kids and teens. We in our professional life
Yes.
we actually receive more emails, because emails is a great way to communicate in professional setting.
Settings.
And believe me, if you are in a very professional setting nowadays, you must deal with emails. You must write email, you must receive email, you have to reply them. So in order to do these things you have to read.
Yes.
Then comes choosing school subjects.
So when we're looking into a school subject, for example, even in biology, commerce subjects, science
We
subjects, we
have so many
always need to.
subjects and we
Yes.
have to read them. We have to read literature, we have to do science subjects, commerce subjects, and other tons of subjects, eh? And then comes navigating places.
Yes, when we're looking to go to a certain destination, maps often require our reading skills. Also, when we're on the road, certain signs also require
Yeah,
our
we
reading.
we read road signs, road signs in order to go to a certain destination. And another thing, following an instruction manual to build or use equipment. So I'm just talking about this. Nowadays, we order so many things online, and we receive parcels. Sometimes we receive items which are not assembled. So you have to
Yes.
assemble when you pick them up at home. But how do you do this thing? They actually send an instruction manual. So you read instruction manual and assemble stuff, assemble things. Then you can use it. Otherwise, you can't use item, okay, as per your requirement. So these are the ways, these are the things for which actually we utilize reading skills in our day-to-day life, along with our academic purposes. So our very first lesson is about actually what reading means, how we apply reading in our everyday life, and hopefully we'll come up with more exercise in the next class. That's all for today. Thank you, Varisha. Thank you so much for accompanying me in delivering this lesson. And from now on, my students will always accompany me in delivering lessons, whether I teach O level or I teach our NC curriculum. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Barisha, for being with me. Okay.